my name is Jam and welcome to Budget Competitive. So today we're going to talk about a budget commander. So it may not be competitive, it may not qualify with my deck building terms. However, it's a very budget and very, let's say, fun to play. And if you're the type of player that likes to keep on drawing, attacking, controlling board, this is the best commander for you. So we're going to talk about some builds that I made or versions for this commander, and we're going to talk about it in a couple of seconds. Alright, so ability of this commander is whenever a creature deals combat damage to one of your opponents, its controller may draw a card. So it's a bit political. So other players may consider attacking a different person aside from you, because if they attack you, they won't eventually draw anything. But if they attack a different opponent, your opponent, what's going to happen is that they'll have the ability to, or advantage, to draw a card for each creature that damaged that opponent. Now, it's quite a bit risky. That's why I need to have like control figures there, like counter spells, to make sure that you filter out some interactions on the board. Now, of course, this can be like an aggro version of it. You can put in the flying men or unblockable creatures or mana dorks, elves, to do the attack to other players, or you can basically just use those dorks to create a defensive line on your board and eventually wait for a combo out. So I'm a type of person who likes to create combo decks, so here's my version of it. To achieve that 12 mana, so you got here these mana producing creatures. Of course, the deck will be based around most likely elves and mana dorks, so you got these 3 cards here that can produce massive amounts of mana. We have here Karametros Acolyte, Priest of Titania, and Elvish Arc Druids. So it's very self-explanatory. These creatures can get you more mana, more value of what they're worth, and they're all budget. And you can use this to pay off those combo pieces and shooter pieces. Also, we got here shooters, green shooters, and these are, give me a few seconds, and there you go. So, we got, first of all, Finale of Devastation. Also got here Woodland Bellower, to search for Biovisionary, Primal Command, and Short Summons. You can use that too. So, 4 cheaters only. He's going to work on this deck, and it's pretty budget. So you can create that, and you can use this one card. So let's say you got these pieces here. You can also create infinite mana by using Umbral Mantle. You can do lots of things with infinite mana, of course, and you can either storm off, if you can make your build like that in Edric, or just basically play the combo, tutor it, and cast it on the board and play. So of course with this commander we're expecting to have a long game with it, because basically, like I mentioned earlier, it's about controlling the board. So it's not all the time that you'll be able to make a defense against creatures or green decks that are more aggressive than you. So what I did is that I created these two combinations of lands, and eventually what's going to happen is that with glacial chasms and unstable frontier, during your turn you can, once of course they're all on the board, you can during your upkeep make glacial chasm a basic land type of your choice by tapping unstable frontier. Then you don't have to lose life or the cumulative upkeep cost. So basically you're protected till your next turn. Eventually you do it all over again. And for you to get these things, these two lands, of course, there are lots of ways to do it. You can either keep on attacking your opponents, draw a card for each creature that damages those opponents through Edric, or easiest way is to get these two cards. There are other cards there that can do the same thing, but these are my main two. Nautilus Intervention and Crop Rotation. And good thing about these is that my most favorite one would be Nautilus Intervention, because you basically can get both of these two cards with just one spell, okay? And basically you play it from there. So after the board gets a little bit longer, you are able to control it. You try to gather lots of dorks, lots of mana, at least 12 mana would do, or 9. Have to make your own way to make that commander. Since it's green, it's a possibility that you'll get that mana in a very short time frame. So you have these 4 cards to use as win condition. So expected that you have a huge board presence when it comes to dorks, flying men, and unblockable creatures. So by the time that you reach that point and you have lots of mana to convert, either a combination of blue and green manas, you can use these Friends Meet cards, or any tutor that can tutor up creatures. But these are my main tutors. So basically, Ethereal Usher, I use it to find infinite reflection, and I use Biovisionary. I mean, Drifter Phantasms to look for Biovisionary. So, given that you've got lots of dorks, expecting that Edric is on play, you just need one more dork or any creature at all. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 2 more creatures, I mean. What's going to happen is that at the end of your turn, or beginning of your end step, if you control 4 or more creatures named Biovisionary, you win the game. This Infinite Reflection actually duplicates Biovisionary. And this is going to be your win condition. Very simple, very cheap, very budget, and it's kind of friendly, very friendly. Like I said earlier, you can use any tutors that searches for creatures. You can search for these two, and just be very creative and make a good combination and try to win off. And so that's basically, it's a very simple deck. The main point of this video is to create more versions of Edric, and this is the one I made for myself, and by searching off the internet, and hope this helps. And please don't forget to like and subscribe to my video for more videos to come in the future. Thank you.